Spiritual Living, where we share universal good through love. Michael is going to light our candle. And
well, the first one is again the light of divinity that's within each and every one of us. Again, all coming from the one source. And the second candle I light is that of the community candle. We, as community, we shine a much greater light. So thank you.
okay, wonderful. All right, so today our special speaker is Carol Ann Drick. Her birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Carol Ann. I do have some sad news, though, to let people know.
Well, can we let John do his first song?
Yeah, we'll let John do his first song. So, okay, John?
See here. Whoop. No, that's not it. Where's my song? Oh, I know. It's hard to find when Zoom is in safe mode. There it is. All right. It's called Loving Now. And here we go. Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
Loving yesterday, loving tomorrow, loving today, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, life and goodness, loving now. Loving music, loving singing, loving harmony, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, life and goodness, loving now. Loving forgiveness, loving gratefulness, loving creativity, loving as we could, growing in wisdom, being kinder, living better, loving what is good. Loving nature, loving beauty, loving each other, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, life and goodness, loving now, loving now.
Thank you, John. And Kyle's here now. So hello, Kyle. And all right. So let's just go ahead and we'll talk about what I started to say later. What do you think, Michael? Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do 365, and then Michael's going to do the meditation. well, John's going to do a song, Mike's going to do meditation.
Tim,
Then we're gonna
Tim should do the song.
go- What was that?
I think Tim will do the song, I think.
Oh, Tim will do the song. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Tim.
All right.
Well, you're here.
We could-
Besides, we love having you here. Okay, I'm sorry. Tim will be doing the song, and then we'll go to Michael doing the meditation, and then we'll have Carolyn speak. All right, so this is from Science of Mind 365. It says, daily I contemplate my importance in a divine plan. And the Bible quote is from 1 Corinthians 3:9. For we are laborers together with joy. Ye are God's field, ye are God's building. So my thought is a gateway to illumination. I know that the spirit within me is my strength and power. I approach life with a sense of security and well-being. I know that I have a secret source in God. I know that my thought is a gateway to illumination. It is a secret place of the Most High within me, from which comes inspiration, guidance, and wisdom. Therefore, I accept the fullness of this moment. I accept life as a glorious experience, a spiritual adventure. I believe in myself because I first believe in God. I believe in my destiny because I believe that the law of good is operating through me. I have a calm confidence in the future, a keen and enthusiastic expectation of good things to come. I open my whole consciousness to the realization that all the power and presence there is surrounds me in its internal embrace, that the Spirit forever imparts its own life to me, forever flows through me into happiness, success, and well-being. Knowing that I cannot live unto myself alone, but that I am a part of all life, I gladly and enthusiastically unify with people, conditions, and events, flowing into them from the certain knowledge that I believe I belong to the universe in which I live, that this universe belongs to me, that I am part of it, necessary to it, one with it. Okay, John. Or Tim, but you do this song. So sorry.
Sorry, you need to be ready here. Coming through?
I think you have some noise suppression on it, Tim.
Are you able to turn your original sound on?
It's supposed to be on. All right.
Just do the best you
All right. You are the heart, you are the head, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the head, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the head, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world.
So let's just relax and become still. Turn within. Take a deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Just release, relax, and just let go. Let your body temple relax. And know with me that there's only one. One presence, one power, one life, one activity. There's only God, only good. Just know that. Know that from that deep place within you, that place of stillness and calm. For that is the presence of God as you. Just know that there's only one life, one activity, one presence, one power. As you come from that stillness, that knowingness, come from your heart. Pray from your heart and know that you are that divine activity of God as you. You are God expressing in and through and as the world, through you. You are the heart, the hands, the life of spirit expressing in and through and as you. So feel that, know that. And recognize, like the master teacher Jesus did and all the other great avatars and teachers, that the kingdom of heaven is within you, within me. And that instead of praying to something, we pray from something. We pray from that life force and activity of God in us, as us, and through us. For we recognize that we are a center of God consciousness, God awareness. So today, right here and right now, we claim the fullness of God, the fullness of good. We allow ourselves to put on the Christ mind, the Christ essence, the Christ consciousness. We allow that Father that's within us, that God that's in us, as us, and through us to do that perfect work in us. So we recognize God in a fuller and deeper way today. Yes, as you're taking that deep breath in, inhale and exhale. So again, knowing that there is only God, there's only good. We know that, again, God being as us, in us, and through us. I speak our word for our wonderful gathering today and for each and every person, for I recognize the God within each and every person on this call and each and every person watching. For we are the divine as us. So knowing that today, I just now express again my great gratitude for us just being together in community, for this great technology that allows us again to connect not only with each other, but with others around the world. And what we did locally, we're able to do globally. It doesn't matter whether you're in California or Youngstown or Stowe or in Akron. It just we're all able to be together. So I have that great sense of gratitude for the technology to be able to do this. So I'm grateful for each and every person here today, for the divine light that they show in their lives. And so I just know a blessing upon their lives. That whatever that they are experiencing now is now, again, if it's unlike spirit, it just now goes away. That's not the truth about them. Spirit in them, as them, and through them is divine love, divine light, divine life, divine peace, divine power, divine beauty, divine joy. So I just now know that we are blessed in all of our affairs, that again, that divine right action is ours today, that we are guided and directed in what to do, where, and how to do it. That life of spirit is active in us, as us, and through us today. So I bless again this gathering, calling itself Summit Center for Spiritual Living. I just now know that because we are meeting today, that people are illumined. Not only are we illumined, but also that we allow this butterfly effect to affect other people around the world. When we recognize that light in us, and that's recognizing the light in other people. So I just give great thanks for, again, Tim doing the music and John doing the music and everyone being here today, for we shine that greater light to the world today. And because we are meeting today, we allow that, again, that butterfly effect to take place. That the life of God, again, is awakened within everyone and everything today. For that, I just give great thanks, because I know that the word that I've spoken today does not return to me void. It goes into that great expansive law of life, which only does one thing, and that is say yes. And so if you agree with me, please say with me today, and so it is.
You are the heart, you are the head, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. Blessing to the world. I'm blessing to the world.
Thank you, Tim. And as you open your eyes, please open up your cameras just for a moment and look into the camera and try to see, well, don't try, you will see the beautiful spirit within each and every person by looking into their eyes. So, hi, Kyle. Got to see your wonderful face. All right. Okay. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Caroline and then let her talk about whatever she wants to talk about. So, yeah,
I will take that off. Thank you so much. I am very excited to be here. And in thinking about my topic, I reflected on what I've been doing for the last 5 weeks, and that's moving from a larger house and downsizing into a smaller house. And I realized that in that process, I was too blessed to be stressed. There has been very little stress in this whole process. And I thought, wow, perfect, absolutely perfect topic for today, because when the age that we're living in and everything that is happening around the world and in the community and the news, I mean, if you really listen to it, you can get very stressed out by it and feel that, what can I do? I am completely powerless. But my adventure in downsizing uh, actually started 3 years ago when my grandson and his wife, newly married, came to me and they kind of looked at each other because they didn't know how to start the conversation. And so Mason just said, "Well, Grandma, it's this way. We don't want to wait until you die and we get the house in the will." And I thought, well, that's interesting. They weren't going to get it, but let's see where this goes. And we wanted to get it now so we could enjoy it and you could enjoy us in our new home, but we need to save up the money. So it'll probably take us about 3 years. Would you consider this? And I said, and it was interesting because just before that, I was realizing, gee, I don't use most of this huge house because I don't have meetings in my house anymore. Since COVID, people like to Zoom, even if they're only 10 minutes away. They don't want to meet face to face. So I said, hey, yeah, let's check in year by year. So this turned out to be the year there. And so on August 2nd, I sold my house of 24 years and to my grandson and his wife to their sheer delight. On August 3rd, the very next day, I purchased a darling ranch with a real severe downsize in square footage. And after 24 years, and I had two over 50-year-old trees, humongous trees, one at the back side of my property, one at the side of the property. And I realized I was literally trading a lake, which I love water and I love the lake, for my love of trees. And I thought, wow, this is really exciting. I'm off on a new um, adventure. So now it's 5 weeks later. I'm 98% moved in, and the only thing I really can't find is my a hard-boiled egg cutter. Everything else seems to have made the trip okay, which I kind of laughed at. And it's a new house and it's new learnings. But the first learning I want to talk to you about is the fact that uh, everything went very well with Mason getting the house on the 2nd of August. I'm sorry, on the 2nd July, my realtor said, Carol Ann, you don't have a house. And I laughingly said to her, that's okay. I don't need a house until August. And she said, no, 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 you don't understand. The market is so tight on ranch houses. There is nothing for you even to look at. And as soon as they come on the market, they're gone. And she said, I don't know what we are going to be able to do. And I just said to her, well, hey, don't need the house. It's like getting on an airplane. I don't need a ticket till I get on the plane. I don't need a house till this house is sold. And she said, oh, okay. And so she's hunting. My youngest daughter took it upon herself to check 3 times a day. And sometimes we'd get up in the middle of the night and check and looking for mom's house. Where is mom's house? And it was just like, it was so incredible because on the 14th of July, she called me early on a Sunday morning and she said, Mom, I think I found your house. I had been on early. There was nothing, and something said, and that's very important. Something just said, check again. And there it was. And it's only a mile and a half away. What are you doing? I said, well, I'm in my pajamas. I haven't gotten dressed yet. She said, I haven't either. I'm coming over. We're going to jump in the car and drive by it. So we jumped in the car in our PJs and we drove over. And when we pulled up to this darling little house, and I really didn't see the house. What I saw were these two big trees. I mean, they're humongous. I mean, 50, 60-year-old trees, and being in a side yard and a backyard, they never had to be pruned or, because of wires or anything. Totally magnificent. And I looked at her and I said, this is my house. You're right. Because I could feel my heart open and everything. And she said, well, Mom, come on. You call the realtor. Let's at least look through it, make sure. And so called the realtor, had an appointment for 8 o'clock on Monday morning, walked through it. I could see the house I could see the trees from all the back windows. And it had been newly remodeled. And it was just, excuse me. And I said, yes, I want to see it again this afternoon. So we made our list and went back and looked at it, gave them an offer. And on Monday morning, the offer was accepted and I had a house. And my realtor said, we don't know how you can do this. I see you do this all the time. And I said, I'd simply expect and know that presence, that universal mind of God is always going to give me exactly what I need in perfect timing. And she said, well, I don't know about all that, but whatever you did, it worked. So house, of course, the packing intensified. And here I am 5 weeks later. But people say, how do you do that? And you have to remember, I have been practicing living in the presence for many, many years. And it's a gradual process, but it is something that we all have access to. We keep thinking that God, presence, universe is way out here, and it is right in here. It's inside each of us, and it's flowing right now. And I have learned more and more and more to trust the process, knowing that things are going to come. I have been thinking that I need to get a shed for the backyard, and called a couple people, and they had their sheds for so long they didn't remember who they bought them from. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to let God take care of this. And about 45 minutes later, I got a call from a friend, and he was sharing with me that he just bought a new shed for his new antique car that he had purchased. And he was so excited about the car. And of course, my ears perk up, just bought shed. Oh my. And so I asked him about it. And he said, he said, I'll take you out. It's up by Eastwood Mall. I'll take you out on Monday and we can check out sheds and see if they have one for you. And I am in the process of him talking about his shed. All I could feel was great gratitude. Oh my goodness, here it is again. Here it is again. Oh my. And that kind of thing, as we learn to live from our heart rather than our head, that happens more and more. And we all have the ability to do that. And what is so fascinating about that every time we move from our heart Every time we take a breath and we are in our heart, you know, I talk a lot about breathing and all, but every time we move from our heart, what is happening in our brain? There's a neural pathway. How about that? God has a neural pathway. There is a neural pathway in the heart. There is also a neural to the spirit. There's also a neural pathway in the heart to our memory, to our mind, to what to everything that has happened. Which, when we deal in our head, that's what we are using. But there's this neural pathway, and the one for using our mind. We've been using it exclusively just about for many years. So it's very deep, kind of like the Grand Canyon when they have pictures of the Grand Canyon 50 years ago, 75 years ago. And it looked completely different. And over the years, of course, the canyon has just continued to get deeper and deeper with the erosion and everything. But we have a neural pathway. So every time that we are in our heart, every time we speak from our heart, every time we know that the perfect, exactly what I need is coming to me, that neural pathway deepens, and the neural pathway to the brain, to the memory of all the problems and all, begins to lessen. Isn't that incredible? So what we are doing every time we meditate, every time we put our hand on our chest and we take some breaths, we are deepening that neural pathway. And just like the Grand Canyon, over time, it changes. It just absolutely changes, which makes it, to me, even more exciting. The other thing that I found in these 5 weeks that I really loved was the incredible power of laughter to help me get through situations. Because undoubtedly, when you are spending 6 to 8 hours a day unpacking boxes, sometimes with family over to help, sometimes by yourself, you run into all sorts of weird things that you right away have a choice. You can either get upset about it or you can just laugh. And I found myself in laughing or chuckling with something. I found myself laughing and saying, really? Really? I have to work with this? And then kind of laughing and stopping and figuring out, you know, how I'm going to get something into a space that's too small. Is it really too small, or do I just need to kind of wiggle it around and find a new way to do it? The power of laughter is so expansive, and you'll have to pardon my voice. I am working in the boxes. Most of the majority of the boxes were put in the basement, and the basement has the dirt of the ages on it. And even with a air purifier, I find that uh, it affects my voice, and my voice starts to get kind of this kind of scraggly. And it says, okay, no basement today. You'll work on the first floor. And I was so excited with the discovery that my body is telling me something. And that's the other part of this, is finding and discovering that our body tells you what's working for it and what's not working for it. And sometimes you need to look a little bit to find the cause of it, but you can find the cause, just like what I'm doing down in the basement with the air purifier, and knowing, I can be down there now for about an hour, and then I have to stop, so you know exactly where I was this morning. Let's see. So the other important things that help me lead a stress-freer life, I would say a stress-free life, a stress-freer life is getting enough sleep. It is so important. And I got to tell you, taking a shower after unpacking boxes and lifting and stooping and bending, my muscles are increasing in strength, which is good. But getting a good night's sleep is just so incredible. And what's really neat about it is that the neighbor in back has a nightlight on in his backyard, which means that I don't have to have a light on in the backyard. That's taken care of. And the trees give me when I wake up in the morning and roll over, I can be looking at one of my favorite things, my trees. What a way to wake up in the morning, to my friends, the trees. And we know and we forget that the importance of the trees, because the trees and the in nature is what converts our carbon dioxide to oxygen. So we need the trees and the trees need us. And if we don't have the greenery, we can't function because we are in this incredible relationship with the trees. So that has been very nice. The other thing that I have found to be very important to really work from my heart and be clear is to stay warm. Because when we are cold, our body's complete attention goes to keeping us warm. Just like when we become too hot, our body starts to perspire and tries to cool us off. So we need to be very mindful of that. But the surprises just come so effortlessly now. I got a bamboo shelving that I wanted to put together, and it was made in China. And they had a very ingenious way of attaching the shelves to the sides. And they did it underneath, and they had a little hole, and you had to put the little piece that they gave you into the hole and screw the screw. I mean, just plus they gave no directions. And I'm looking at this and thinking, what am I going to do? I don't get this at all. And my fingers are kind of small, but this isn't working. And I no more than said that. A phone rings. My oldest daughter calls and she says, "Hey mom, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm putting together this bamboo shelf." And she says, "Oh, can Tim and I come over and help you?" And I said, "Oh, I would love it. And I hope you have small hands because I can't get in there to work with this." So they came over. Tim took one look at it and he said, "The tool they give us is going to take hours to screw in the screws. It doesn't have a long enough handle on it," which I mean, we're talking about this much with a that we're working it with for a handle underneath that you can get two fingers barely in. And he looked at it a minute. He looked at Kimberly and he said, "Come on, we're going to handyman." And he went down and took it down and found the same thing, only with a longer handle. Made all the difference in the world. And I laughingly, when they came back, I laughingly was looking at it. Of course, we put it in and we got it finished very quickly. But I said, "Oh my goodness, what do people do that don't have these resources in order to fix something? No wonder so many things get sent back." But it's those kind of things that happen on a regular daily basis that makes my life very exciting. And I do have to say that I'm getting really good at that. But I do have my days. I do have my time on the edge. The important thing about that is, as soon as I realize it, I stop as quickly as possible, get back into my heart space, get back into my center, and keep on going, because I am looking at things rather than challenges or awful or terrible or big stop sign. I am looking at them as opportunities. When you look at a problem, your energy goes down. When you look at something as an opportunity to learn, your energy expands out. And it's like it's an open invitation for spirit, for presence to come in and assist you, because it is waiting there. It is literally waiting there for us to say, yes, yes, come help me, show me, give me the answer, send somebody, do something. And because when we stop and we simply put our hand on our heart and start breathing, spirit can come in, because focusing on our breathing, you will remember, keeps you in the present moment. So we have a choice in our life. We can be stressed or we can be blessed. We can be in a place of excitement and expansion, or we can be negative and full of obstacles. We get to choose, and we get to choose each moment, because everything is changing all the time. What are we going to lead with? Are we going to lead with our head, or are we going to lead with our heart? It's that simple. It really is that simple. Thanks so much for this time with you this morning. It has been a rich blessing in my life. Take care.
Thank you, Carol Ann. That was wonderful. And it's so, I really liked what you were saying about knowing that the best and the highest good is going to happen to you. Whatever it is, whatever you need is going to happen. And by realizing that, it does, because you've accepted that. And so it does. And and the more I know I'm not to where you're at, but I'm working on it. And it definitely makes a big difference. So
And that's the important thing. We're working on it. We all fall down, but hey, you just get up and you keep on going. And that doesn't mean that we don't break our leg. We might break our leg and say, well, this didn't work out very well. Well, I broke my leg. What did I learn? What do I need to be doing? And it's immediately getting in that place so that the body can immediately start the healing process. Yeah.
that's perfect. Is there any other questions or comments?
No, I just want to thank you, Carol Ann. Again, it's just it's a real honor to have you in my life, and the whole idea of, again, living from the heart. As you were talking, I was remembering Reverend Ruth McDonald was on my practitioner panel, and she went ahead and she says, now, honey, she took me aside and she said, now, honey, okay, so anything following honey, you need to listen to. She said, now, honey, you said all the right words, but they got to come from the heart. I don't feel that love yet. I says, I think that's something that, I didn't fail you today, but, that's something, again, to work on, come from your heart. And, well, thank you. It's coming from the heart. I think that's something for me that's been a process, and learning how to do that, and that just, my heart just glows today. Just living from that place of being in that space of love, and so it's just, and so that's the place of what's called miracles. That you're able then, when you live from the heart, then again, that you're guided, your thought, it's not that we try to, people use affirmations. I think there's a better way of using affirmations, and that is the whole idea of allowing what would happen if your thought was guided from your heart. Wow. I'm done. Thank you.
Thanks.
What else?
Very, very encouraging. I look at real estate online all the time. I've been doing it for years, expecting when the funds come, I want to know where I'm going. But haven't settled on one quite yet. When the funds arrive, I'll pick it out. But
Yeah, and you said it perfectly. When I find the right one. Yeah, it just can't be any. It's the right one, perfect, and it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Right.
Faster, because we don't know all the things that the universe needs to put in place for that to happen.
I'm gonna be working on my heart level of perception now, and you inspired me.
All right. Okay. Well, Tim, we'll let you do a song.
Okay, I would even go so far as to say, instead of saying it's coming, say it's unfolding. 'Cause
It's unfolding.
there's nowhere for it to come from. It's coming from God to God, through God, and so forth. We're told great thoughts speak only to a thoughtful mind, but great actions speak to all humankind. Still, if we wish to carry out a positive action, we must first carry within a positive vision. We have all felt the need to resist the change. It's so much easier to keep it the same. But then there comes a time to make a new decision. Without it, there's no growth. There's no real living. No real living. There is only one thing to say to anyone's past. Thank you for the lessons of times good and bad. But then just one quick note to give to your future. Simply say, I'm ready, and that's all it needs to know. I'm ready.
Thank you, Tim. That's a new song, isn't it?
Not really.
No?
Guess it's new for you all.
Okay. All right.
Do it again next month so that I have a decent sound system.
Right. Right. But it still was a nice song either way. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, okay, so it is that time in our service where we have the opportunity to give. And you can do that by going to Zelle. And at Zelle, you would go to SSC of Akron at gmail.com. That's SSC of Akron at gmail.com. And you can give that way. Or if you are like to do the old fashioned way of a check or money order or whatever, then you would want to make sure that it is made out to Summit. It can be Summit CSL, it can be Summit Spiritual Center, as long as the word Summit's on there, check, then you would send that to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44310. So with that, let's just know, we'll take our gifts right top over left, and just know that all that we have, all that we give, all that we receive is blessed in a very special way. And that for each and every person that gives, that it comes back to them many, many, many times more. And that Spirit is just always in the midst of whatever it is, because it's always there. So with that, I give thanks. And so it is. Amen. Okay, John, how about some good, more good?
Good more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine, and limited infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. Good crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. Good, more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so it's time for announcements. Michael, do you want to tell everybody about what happened?
I'll let you go ahead, and then I'll do mine.
Okay. All right. So a lot of you may remember Jody Solon. She would sing at our center. Her husband Gary would come with her. Short blonde hair, very wonderful singer, and she did it quite often until she moved to Nashville. That was what, about 5 years ago or so. And when she moved to Nashville, then of course she didn't come up here anymore. But it was wonderful. You know, she was always just a wonderful bright light. Well, unfortunately, she was her and Gary, her husband, were in a car wreck. They ran into a semi, and she was killed. He's okay. He's going to be all right, but yeah, so that was very, very sad news. And then also I was talking to my brother, and I found out my cousin, her son was shot to death, but it was by her grandson. So what a mess. And it was her only son, her only child. So yeah, so just keep in mind the Solon family and the Jody Solon family and the Cyphers family at this time. So, all right, Michael.
Yes. So yeah, my last time I saw Jody was down at INTA, International New Thought Alliance, down in Nashville back in 2019. So yes, so we know that she's up singing in and around and with the angels now. So ntmedia.org, lots of good stuff happening. I'll be going off to conference here in the next few weeks. So again, that we are part of that network here. We are sponsored by Reverend Dr. Robert. He's our sponsoring minister here. So, but we are part of the worldwide ministry that allows, again, this great light to go forth and using this great technology that we have. So ntmedia.org.
Okay.
And mine is yeswise.com, where you can find Inspire Yeswise at that site, yeswise.com. A little motivational, inspirational talk I do about. I'm going to put another one up today, in fact.
Great, thank you, John. And next week, our speaker will be John Miller. The week after that will be Jeff Radcliffe, Reverend Jeff Radcliffe. We haven't decided on the rest of the month or October, but I need to get Michael's thing because he's going to be out of town at least twice. So I'm not sure it's going to be on Sundays or not, but he's definitely going to be out of town. So, all right, we can talk about that later. So with that, why don't we do our moment of silence? Let me turn on mine. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll ring from lowest or from highest to lowest, our little thing that Carol Ann gave us. And then please bring into mind, whether it be Jody's family, the Cipher family, or just the world in general. And please know that good is happening and it is getting better and better no matter what. And I'll bring us back out. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And John's going to lead us out.
We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of peace. We are the people of peace. Sing out, people, sing out peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of love.
All right. Thank you so much. And at that, Hannah, you can end our Facebook feed. And once that's done, we can just talk.